Good morning and happy Monday, America. Good morning and happy Monday, America. I'm Rob the Accountant. I like to help people build companies while finding solutions to problems that may come your way. Have a question? Stop by robtheaccountant.com, scroll halfway down, and shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you. How's everybody doing today? Did everybody have a good weekend? It was very warm here, very hot and humid. But it was very relaxing. And so what I like to do is get everybody up here on Monday morning and say, hey, what are your goals? What are your plans? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to make that happen? And to try to give you some incentives and motivations to stay focused. However, we are in the middle of a political campaign, and there's just some things I've talked about, and I went one way with Kamala Harris, and now I'd like to get a little bit more intellectual, intelligent. I would like to talk about some things that happened over the weekend. First, the DEI claim from everyone, diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's a valid claim. It was just a claim that was more valid 4 years ago. Kamala Harris beat the heck out of Joe Biden on the debate stage and called him a racist for a policy that she in fact supported herself in the state of California. And then she jumped on the ticket with him. So not sure why they put her on there. I think there is a belief in the Democratic Party that Kamala Harris is, I don't like the word African American, but African American, black, black, like real black. See, I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. Maybe I have some black in me, no problem, but I'm not full black. So, and neither is Kamala Harris. She's just not. Look, you shouldn't bother people on who they marry, what they love, who they like, any of that crap. That's just stupid. But when you put the, virtue class as part of the Democratic Party, she's the first woman, she's the first black woman, she's the first Asian woman. You can't be all these things as the first because you're just not individually one of those things. So I really, this whole DEI argument, well, that was you guys are 4 years late, okay? I don't know why they chose Miss Harris. Again, in the state of California, she came in third, and it just, she's got some real problems with going against her own, black race, if we're going to say that she's black, going against her own race, that are just really hard for people in that community to really get behind her and say, hey, you're one of us. Now, with regards to that, I don't care who she picks for vice president. Pick whoever you think is going to help you. But the problem with this diversity, equity, and inclusion is over the weekend, Miss Harris went to Philadelphia. The preeminent city, one of the preeminent cities for outside of Atlanta, for where Black Power is strong. She goes to Philadelphia, and less than 100 people show up at a campaign rally. But the thing is less than 100 black people show up at a campaign rally. Yes, less than 100 black people in the city of Philadelphia show up for Miss Harris. Now, what does she have a chance to do as the chosen, nominated person who's, handed the torch without absolutely securing anybody's vote? She storms out. Do you hear me? A person running for the office of president who's been handed the nomination on the virtue that she is the first black female, okay, just not necessarily a whole truth there, but she's the first black female, and she goes to Philadelphia campaign event, and none of the black community shows up to see her, and she doesn't stay and talk to those 70 or 80 or 90 people. She storms off. When Obama was running, many, many times in the beginning, he showed up with nobody there, looking at him like, hey, you're weird. What do you think? And he put his case forward. So I don't understand how, if you're going to be the Democratic nominee for president and you need the biggest constituency, which is black voters, to vote for you, and you go and you get mad that they just don't all get behind you and endorse you. You have not earned that. Um, Cory Booker didn't earn that, and I'm not really sure that anyone believes that Senator Obama earned that. The thing with Senator Obama is he was the first. He was truly the first. Okay, truly the first to get to where he got, and so that's just a totally different thing. There was pride, there was emotion, there was, and the funny thing is that, these people actually come out and they have the audacity to say that Joe Biden got more black votes than Obama. Do you guys believe that shit? Look, who believes that shit? Nobody believes that shit. Nobody. Obama filled football stadiums with people. Football stadiums, okay? Football stadiums, baseball stadiums, stadiums with people. Miss Harris doesn't fill anything, and Joe Biden didn't fill anything. So I just think it's very wrong for her to go to Philadelphia to try to gin up the black vote, and then when they don't show up, you storm off like a little child. It reminds me a lot of Howard Dean. Howard Dean, roar, roar, that freaking guy. Thank God he was never president. But, okay, Miss Harris, not one person this cycle has voted for her to be the president. In fact, most people didn't vote for Joe because he shut down the primary. Now, issue number 2 on Miss Harris. You shouldn't go out there and throw shots at who is an American. I hate that shit. Sorry, I hate it. You should never challenge anyone's belief or what they feel about America. You know who you really shouldn't do that to? A Marine. Somebody who has actually gone and served in our country, which is Senator J.D. Vance. You shouldn't question his loyalty to America. Who are you? When you had your chance to be loyal to America, and you had your chance to be loyal to the Bill of Rights, and you had your chance to be loyal to the Constitution of the state of California, you had to be forced by the Supreme Court of California to guarantee the rights of an individual that was wrongly convicted. That's right. You had to be forced to guarantee the rights of an individual wrongly convicted. The Supreme Court of California said you were wrong. Okay? So you just have to, some things you just leave alone. And I just think the dig at calling Senator Vance, the senator from Ohio, again, this is a big state, a lot of people vote for him. I think he won a plurality and a majority of the vote, which means Democrats and Republicans elected him. Whether he had Trump's endorsement or not, it doesn't matter. He is the senator. For you to question his loyalty to American when he served, and you have never served, well, you've served something. I'll leave that one alone. But you haven't served in the military. You didn't go to a war zone. You haven't been you say you're the chief law enforcement officer. Wait, you're not on the street arresting people. You ain't taking down the bad guy. So I just don't think that you have a right to question Senator Vance on his loyalty to America when he put time in the military. There's a lot of people who believe that in order for you to be commander-in-chief, you should have to put your time in the military. I disagree with that. I totally disagree with that statement. The military is a command and control structure for some people. It works for some people. It's not really always the best place for people who want to be leaders or people who are just kind of bombastic and have their own view on things. It's a get along, and you got to get along to play in that system, right? So I don't really think just because you're good at following commands that qualifies you to somehow, you have a one-up on anyone who hasn't been there. I disagree with that position. So, but I just also disagree that when you have two candidates, one is the sitting vice president, one is a senator who actually wrote a book. Screw the book, lots of people wrote books, but it was a pretty successful book. And you're out there, the first thing you do is question his loyalty to America when he served as a Marine. He went to a war zone. You've done neither. And then when you had the opportunity to go to Philadelphia and see people, and even though it wasn't a large group and big fanfare, and it wasn't going to give you everything that you want, it wasn't going to give you your photo op, you stormed off like a child. And If we're gonna say, hey, we got candidates who are children. Trump acts like a child. Miss Harris acts like a child. Um, and I don't think that she has also a whole lot of information or mindset into the Palestinian cause. I think a lot of people should just leave that one alone. What I get bothered by in this country is it is definitely one side. Okay, so maybe if all the abolitionists in America want to, like, get off the black bandwagon for a little while because we don't want you on it no more, we want you off our bandwagon, maybe you go get on that bandwagon and just advocate for what is equal protection under the law for everybody, no matter where you live. So I hope everyone has a good Monday. I hope everybody has a happy week. Continue the grind forward. I don't think this changes anything. I mean, in my view, every time she stands up there and speaks, it's just her support just does this, and that. And, maybe she won't be the nominee in August. Who knows? They're all coming out and supporting her. The establishment is supporting her. But nobody's actually asked the electorate at large to vote for her. And I just think that's going to be a mistake down the road. So I'm Rob the Accountant. I hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.